Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water.
We gotta close the beach.
A 3-ton eating machine.
He's chasing us. Shoot! Get me right up alongside it! Fire the harpoon!
Stern Pinball presents Jaws. You'll get hooked.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this special PinTech Live. How do we sound before we start talking business?
We're in business, always in business. We're in the fishing business today. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Keith and Elizabeth, for joining us. Imoto is so tiny. Oh. Well, thank you, everyone.
You're
This
at the
is
bottom of the
PinTech
sea.
Live. We are doing our deep dive on the new Stern Pinball's Jaws theme. This game just dropped this year. We're excited to bring it to Texas Pinball Festival in March, and then Midwest Gaming Classic in April. We're going to have tons of units of pros and premiums for everyone to play. So please come out to those. And today we are at Lynn's Arcade with Dry 374, Michael Matson, leading our awesome interview as we dive deep into, the creation process, everything that goes into making this particular theme with the legendary lead designer, Keith Elwin. Thank you, Keith, for coming.
No problem.
And new software developer, Elizabeth Gieske. We're so excited you're on our stream too. Fresh new
Thanks,
face, and we're seriously stoked on everything that you're bringing to the table to pinball and helping make these games even more fun. So
Yeah, rockin'. Best job. Love it.
awesome. And for everyone in the chat, feel free to drop in your questions. When they come in, if they're kind of relevant, I'll read them out as the moderator. And if not, we will save it for the Q&A session at the end of the stream. So we'll open up the floor to y'all. And then I have a link as well. If you want to get in on that giveaway, we're going to be giving away a Jaws promo banner at the end of the stream. So stick around. You only have to sign up once, so don't spam my forms, please. There'll be 3 winners, 1 banner, and some other swag. And then after that, we're going to raid to Lynn's Arcade's Twitch channel and then just get really into some cool gameplay and then watch their strike stream. So
We're going back to my stream, actually, and then into Lynn's. So it's a little bit ping-ponging
yeah,
back and
there's
forth. But yeah, we're going to stitch it together. This is going to be one seamless Jaws experience for the remainder of the day, basically. So
absolutely. It's our Shark Week.
it's
So
Shark
without
Week.
further ado, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Yeah, so folks, my name is Michael Matson. If you probably haven't seen my face on this particular stream before, but I stream on my own channel and do sometimes interviews and things on the channel when I have the opportunity given to me by Marco, that is. So I'm here today in Lynn's Arcade. Matthew Talley is here as well. If there's anything that kind of comes up that he needs to assist with, say hi. Just look at this dope T-shirt he's got here.
Matthew.
Look at this. You can get the Lynn's
Owner,
Arcade swag.
operator.
Owner, operator, everything. If you want 40 games set up in 2 hours, this is the man.
Got you.
He's got it. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so at the end of the day, we want to talk about Jaws today. We want to kind of touch on a bunch of different things, right? We want to understand a little bit more about the theme, and we also, since we have Elizabeth Gieske on the horn here as well, we want to talk about some of the software features and such, right? But if we kind of just start at the top, we're going to do a little bit ping-ponging back and forth, right? But if we start with you, Keith, how long has Jaws been in the back of your head, right? Because I was at that particular Pinburg when you walked around with your Jaws hat, right? What? so when
Is that just coincidence?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You elaborated somehow on the Insider podcast, but I want to hear what was this actually a license that ended up on your table?
Manifested it.
Yeah.
Probably halfway through Godzilla development.
I was told I'd be doing Jaws next.
Gotcha. There's a lot of similarities in between. So one thing that I love about your designs is like the complete wire form frenzy that is going on, and Godzilla kind of have that same vibe to it, where you just have wire form feeds everywhere. So, but what was the like main inspiration you got from this game? We were talking about before we went on stream about Torpedo Alley. Is there any special kind of feeling you want to convey with this game, or what did you, from a pinball perspective?
No, I basically wanted to kind of have a world under glass where you're in the Orca, and that's represented by the upper playfield, and then the playfield itself, that flat plane, is the entire ocean, and then of course the shark is under it. So I kind of built that theme around that world. So it's like all one scene. I thought about, putting windows so you can see the shark and stuff, but it just wasn't feasible. There's too many brackets in the way. But so we settled with boat, water, and then the shark.
Yeah, that's excellent. And the thing, another game that kind of comes to mind when you say that you kind of want to build this story is another nautical theme, which is Fathom, which also have that like story from underneath the water all the way up to the surface and up to the top where you can actually see the beach on Fathom. And in Jaws, you kind of have that little town there on Amity Island. On the there's like a layered plexiglass kind of construction on the back panel of the playfield. So that's pretty awesome. And I really like what you've done, like with the watering effect on the chum line, and there's also some effects on the Pro here underneath the plastic. It just looks so dope when you start a game and it kind of looks like it's kind of water glimmering, right? It looks really nice, really cool effect. And then at the end of the day, it's a pretty cheap effect. It's just plastic print and some LEDs, and here you got it, and it's water. Excellent.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Fathom, because that was done by our art director, Greg Ferris. So there's actually some Fathom Easter eggs in the artwork hidden. I think it's one of the front panels. I forget which level game it is, but you'll see like a diver's mask and a knife. That's a little tribute to Fathom.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, we already found like the most obvious Easter egg on the playfield is like Gary Stern is sitting like in a little life ring on the right in lane there, and but I've heard rumors that there's other Easter eggs that alludes to the next title hidden in your games. Is that correct for this one as well?
No.
Yeah, we're doing the Gary Stern 50th anniversary.
Yeah. 50
He's
anniversary.
Like
I think it's a
you
little bit older.
always have to find Gary.
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah,
That was there.
Oh, you did it? I mean, that was like the first thing that kind of popped up in memes and stuff, like on Pin. I don't know if it was Pinside or Till forums. It's just like Gary's on the playfield. Yeah.
Where is he on the playfield?
He was in
again?
Godzilla too.
Oh, Godzilla is on here?
He was in Godzilla.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
Gary was in Godzilla.
Gary was
Yeah.
in Godzilla. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that one. Yeah, that was under like the. What was it? It was on the right side of the middle or somewhere.
Yeah, it's under Mecha Godzilla. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's correct.
That's so endearing. Does every designer hide Gary now in the game, or is it just you?
I think it's just me.
Aw.
I think Gary's awesome.
Much love to Uncle Gary. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Uncle Gary,
much
cool.
respect. That's the reason why we can still play these awesome games.
Aw.
So
Absolutely.
much kudos.
The real man who saved pinball.
Exactly. So another exec at Stern, George Gomez, he mentioned, he called you out as the monster team. I don't know if you heard that particular promo asset that Stern published, but it referred to like the Elwin team as the monster team, because you've done Jurassic Park and Jaws and Godzilla, right? And it was sort of alluding to that Jaws was the bigger monster yet, right? And it gets me thinking, it's just like, are you like the dedicated monster team at Stern? That's my question. What can
George
we see
likes to do that. George is a huge monster guy. So if you've ever been to his office, he's got his collection, all the monster stuff. And he'll tell stories about games he thought about while he was at Williams. Oh, there's a huge monster, and it just he could tell. And he, of course, for video game wise, he did Rampage, which is of course about rampaging monsters. So yeah, he's a kaiju guy.
Oh, that sounds really good. It sounds like we're going to see some more monster titles. we can hope at
Elizabeth,
least. Yeah.
do you fancy the monsters? Are you glad to be
Yeah.
on Team
What's your
Monster?
take?
I mean, I'm glad to be here, but I will say this: I didn't watch Jurassic Park or a Godzilla movie or Jaws before Pinball, so. But I'm here
You're
for it.
getting
I
your
think it
learn
works
on.
great for a game. It just makes sense. Like I think a monster game, like yeah, fight a big monster, get to the end of the game, like it's a 1-to-1. It makes sense.
So since you're
Absolutely.
like a late stage Jaws viewer, what did you actually think about the films? Did you like him?
Oh yeah, no. Well, like but even before watching the film, I feel like I have already seen parts of it because it's so iconic. The Jaws theme song, of course, everybody knows that. Like I've played that in high school pep band, and
Yeah.
a lot of the quotes I picked up that. And yeah, I enjoyed the movie, but I actually watched a documentary about the movie before seeing the movie.
Oh,
Keith
interesting.
messaged it through Facebook Messenger or something and was like, "Here, watch this movie." And it was a documentary called "The Shark Is Still Working," and I'm like, "Yeah, like I think the story behind the movie is what really makes the movie so awesome just to think about."
It is
That
indeed.
is. Yeah, the at CES, the world's largest collection holder, I guess this guy that collects all the Jaws memorabilia and the props was there, and then he brought out like actual props from the movie that they had on their booth, like the actual barrels that they were throwing out into the water and stuff. It was just awesome, man. And talking to him, like he knew every little like lore and stuff. The that life size like real mannequin guy even had like the baseball in it and the saltine crackers, like down to the detail of
Oh,
that
man.
movie. So it was cool, like standing over the playfield and him just like pointing out at everything and where it was referenced to the movie because it's so tied together, this
Oh,
theme
wow.
with the actual movie. It's amazing.
Mm.
That's crazy. Yeah, the
Yeah.
CES booth looked absolutely bonkers. The pictures.
Yeah, it's insane.
So that
TPF booth will be
yeah.
cool
Speaking
too.
of Jaws, did any of you know what chum was before you started working on this game? It's like
I don't even know what I knew before I started working on this game. I feel like all of this knowledge in my head. I'm like, yeah, no, I always knew what a Mako shark was. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, it's just like up here to me. It's just like chum. It's just what is that? What are they talking about, right? And now like everybody knows what chum is because you have the little chum bucket on the playfield. I think that's a brilliant toy and it's really well sculpted. It actually looks like a bloody bucket with a bunch of chum in it. So it's brilliant.
Yeah, that was
innovation.
I mean, that was purely aesthetic because that's kind of where it is on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of doing a flat plastic there, what if we put just a little sculpt there and give it some depth? And then we started working together. Well, how can we move it? So we attached the backing to the stand-up target to get some kinetics out of it. And yeah, it's a cute little. But obviously, it's not an amazing toy, but it's cute little aesthetic that I think adds to the boat.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that is on the premium where you would have the Orca and the chum bucket at the tail on the
yeah. We kept it in on the Pro.
Yeah,
we kept it on the Pro. Just
Yeah.
When you hit that chum bucket, that's what lights the red over there by the Jaws.
Yeah. So
popping up.
So that fills the water with the chum, like in the bean-shaped plastic under the playfield. It's just blue first, right, and then you kind of fill it up with red, like it's pulsating now.
Very cool.
Which is pretty awesome. So another thing that I kind of reflected on as well is just like you have the upper right flipper here where the ball feeds. It's very similar to how the ball feeds on Baywatch, right? And Baywatch, as we all know, has a little shark fin on the flipper, right? Did that come up at any point to put a shark fin on that flipper?
We joked about it.
You joked about it, yeah. That's what I thought.
That tool has long disappeared, and it's not actually flipper. It's just like a topper that screws onto a flipper. So it'd be kind of a pain, but it wouldn't really make sense in our case because the shark isn't flipping the ball like on Baywatch.
No. Yeah. Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're using that flipper, like you're shooting that quick shot, the harpoon, and the fish finder target there. So yeah, it's a completely different use case because on Baywatch you're actually hitting the shark kind of scoop on the left side, I guess.
Yeah.
Right,
and it flips by
does the
itself.
trap up. Right.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit. Yeah, Imoto, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, T. Rawers in the chat brought up a good question that's relevant, which is, Keith and Elizabeth, can y'all talk through like the thought process for that upper flipper trap up, like how it works, how the mech kind of works, and any strategy that goes with it from y'all's point of view?
Well, the strategy is so first we were playing the Whitewood, and I always meant that ball to be able to trap up, be able to hit that flipper and trap up because it's such a short lead in that if we didn't have anything like that to slow the ball down, it would be like kind of a frustrating shot. So you can trap it, you can hold it, and then I kind of once the first multi-balls went in, I kind of find myself strategically holding just that one flipper in while trying to use the other flippers, and then I was like, it'd be cool if you can actually lock this in and just make these shots. And then I brought it up with Elizabeth and Rick a long time ago, and then I don't know, it just kind of got forgotten because we were so far behind getting the actual stuff that needed to get into the game, and then we kind of revisited it. It was still in the document, and it was like, we should revisit this and try to get it in there. So Elizabeth, it's like, yes, I'll do it, like right before the stream.
Yeah, I jumped on. That was literally like 5 days before release. We were like, let's get the flip lock, let's do it. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were supposed to push out the bill the next day. And I'm like, Rick, don't push it yet. Don't push it. I gotta get this done.
Oh my God.
Because it really was like, I kind of remember also playing the Whitewood early on, and on my game, the flipper stack, the stack of the switches, are reversed. So my stage flipper was the bottom one, and the top one was like stuck up. So I could independently use the bottom one if I staged the flipper with skillfully, which is the opposite of what normally you want to happen. But on this one, I was like, hey, Keith, this is like rocking. I kind of want this to always be the case where it's the reverse switch. So I think I was really excited about the notion of getting it locked. And it worked like right away. Thank goodness. It was like really easy to do.
Yeah, because somebody was saying in my chat, like on my stream, that the stage was supposed to be reversed, right? But it was only reversed on your Whitewood. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was accidentally reversed on this Whitewood.
Yeah. It makes sense.
I think we'd actually had talked about, hey, maybe the action button reverses the stage, and we're like, nah, that's gonna be confusing.
It's too deep. Yeah, it's really cool how everyone's like really taken a liking to this flip lock. I think, I don't know, Keith, you probably maybe knew, but I thought it was going to be more of a deep dive. People that like really know the game and are super skilled in pinball would like try to use it, but it feels like a lot of people on their first game want to try to get the flip lock activated and then play around. It does feel really cool when you get it right. So I'm like, awesome. I'm glad it's being used.
Yeah. So originally actually had an insert for it, but I didn't want to confuse people because walking up, what is flip lock? What's going on? Because it's kind of an advanced strategy. It's not something, Joe Sixpack's going to walk up to the bar and immediately know what to do with this. So I got rid of that insert and was like, well, we'll kind of keep it as a, need to know, advanced move.
Yeah. Oh, remember when I accidentally had it during single ball play and like people were confused? Oh, the upper flipper's stuck. Like, what's going on? And then I'm like, Keith, you're right. I need to do this only for multi-ball.
Yeah. For the LEs, we can enable a pause for the LEs if we need. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So you could basically activate that flipper at any given time.
Yeah, I thought it'd be
Oh.
nice, like for practice, I guess, for you to like figure it out during single ball play instead of the haywire of multi-ball.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm always, when I'm thinking about the game, I'm thinking about what it's going to be like for the first, like for someone's first time at the machine.
Yes.
And you know, oftentimes you don't have someone there standing next to you explaining how something works. So I thought, like, yeah, if you're in single ball play, you can lock it and learn how to use it from there. But it was it caused problems.
Yeah, but that would almost be like I don't know if you're familiar with the Twilight Zone home run, where you can basically trap up a ball and hit the start button, and that will basically hold the flipper for you so you can go to the restroom. So
Yeah.
that's
The key to that is home run. We couldn't possibly put that on a pro. I figure operators would be pretty annoyed by that. So it might be something that we enable on the LE premium, but definitely won't be on by default.
No. Yeah, because it will definitely start cooking in the back box eventually.
Seriously.
If somebody forgets it there.
I'm gonna flip lock and take a break and then come back. Somebody stole my game.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, but as a home function, I guess it could be enabled. But yeah, it's a cool feature, and I kind of want to make that point that like why you're seeing so many players want to test it out. It's just like we're as players, we're kind of clamoring for new innovation in pinball, right? So if there's a new thing that hasn't been done before, like you just like dive straight on it. It's just like, where's this flip lock thing, right? And I need to test it. I need to do it, and it feels really good trapping the ball up there. I must say so. Kudos for that. It's a really nice little feature, and it certainly helps to kind of line up your shots here because the shots on the left side there is pretty tight, right? Depending on what you want to hit there. So.
Yeah, and Evil Elizabeth, I think originally set up for 5 seconds, and I said, no, this is a joke.
Yeah, hey, but kind of Elizabeth. No, I set it up that you didn't have to hold it in, and it would immediately work. So
but then it would work for 5 seconds. I was like, well, this isn't any use.
Well,
I
mean, that 5 seconds is like anything is great. I remember when I first experienced it at CES, and I'm not sure what code it was at, but the game plays super fast, and then they're like screaming at you to shoot the shark, and everything's like turning red, and I'm screaming with them, and then all of a sudden I get that lock, that trap, and it was just like okay, I can breathe for a second. Okay, now let's go back to screaming again, and it was like very visceral experience, which was exciting.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head because there's not too many shots when you get to relax after on this game, so being able to have that again. Just to take a pause,
just to breathe,
take a swig, breathe.
Yeah.
Check your phone. It's perfect for that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean the ball just comes with like ferocious speed in the inlanes as well, so there's no chance to kind of like try to trap up on an inlane feed or anything. It's just like it's fast and everything.
Yeah,
comes back.
I made that left inlane. Pretty evil.
Yeah,
it's probably the fastest inlane we've done.
Yeah. That's I can attest to that for sure. But you have that little bump in on the right side there as a compensation, I guess. So, and that seems to be pretty nice for you. So you just need to feed your ball to the right, the right inlane. All right, so go ahead, Imoto.
Yeah, Shellshock was asking like just to see what we're referencing, but it's that flipper right there above the shooter lane, right below the pop bumper.
I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing. I can't see the feed here, but yeah. Okay, now I can see. There it is. Yeah, so the ball comes in the lane here. So you can do a soft plunge and you can hit the pop bumper here or feed it back down to the flipper, and then you have access to. Is it the stand-up bank? There's the quick shot, harpoon shot, and then you can also shoot it up the. What would that be, like the left orbit, and it does like a horseshoe thing, comes back down in the quick shot lane, and you will then set up for a shot on the right, but it comes down like really fast. So
is that right? Is that how you would do it, Elizabeth?
Mm-hmm,
is that the pathway you would take?
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
everyone here except me is a very avid and skilled tournament player. I want to say too, so you guys have that awesome brain process. But I will say, from a novice player that I am, the game is very friendly. Like I can walk up to it and know exactly what my objectives are in the sense of like, okay, I'm fighting the shark, trying to capture it or whatever, capture the other sharks. Uh, I was, y'all consider that too, right? Like I know Keith, you make games that are like super, super deep for these tournament players to dive into, but there's also that aspect of like just someone new into pinball walking and seeing this at the arcade, and this might be the game that makes them fall in love and down into the rabbit hole to join us, and be super passionate about pinball. So like, how do you guys kind of process that when creating a game to make it friendly for both someone completely new to pinball, since it's so growing, and still be able to entertain like the deep players like Dry and y'all?
Well, for me personally, yeah, if you don't hook them, they're never going to learn the rest of the game. So, you got to try to make it obvious what's going on. I try to put a lot of words on the playfield, the plastics, the inserts, as much as I can to kind of guide you. And also, like the chum bucket ball, it's super easy to hit. You accidentally do it all the time. Once you do it, you enter the chum mode, then you can read and see, oh, I'm just shooting these red shots with a chum bucket, and I get my multi-ball going. Elizabeth and I bounced a lot of ideas to make it easier. She gave me a lot of feedback, and she incorporated some of her own ideas, and that's kind of how we do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every single thing on this game is important. So I'm never watching someone play it and like, oh, you need to do this other thing instead. Whatever. Even when you're in the Fabled Scars mode, which is a mode you don't want to hit the stand-ups in, which I think is very funny, and I think that's just my favorite. Still, stand-ups are still fine to hit because you're making progress towards this, that, and the other thing. Like every single switch on this game is doing something that is benefiting you in one way or another. So if you're just flipping around and hitting things, you're going to progress through the game naturally. This game is kind of like it's a self-guided tutorial almost.
That's excellent. I really like that play style. As long as you're hitting something, you're making progress towards something, right? That's how I like it. Mm-hmm. It's perfect. It's very friendly. But one detail I want to kind of point out on the playfield for the folks is the insert stacks that you kind of have for all the main shots. I think they're absolutely brilliant, where you have like the shark, which is the main kind of insert, and then you have the beachgoers, where it's at night. Then you have the different modes in the next there in the arrow, right? Scars, beach panic, and the beach close signs. Like that, and that could give you like all the feedback that the player needs to like, what can I progress in this shot? Like just reading off the main inserts. I think that's a really cool attribute of the playfield for sure.
Yeah, it was always my vision that you have a bunch of inserts of, beachgoers on the beach, and then there's a shark insert. Funny enough, if you take a Game of Thrones insert and turn it upside down, it looks just like our shark. So, really? A funny coincidence. So it really worked out.
Yeah, I can see that now. It's like a shield. Yep. Interesting. Yeah, that's a good detail. Good trivia.
Yeah. So, it was always my idea to have. Okay, we have each of these beaches, and then we have the beachgoers on each beach. I wanted to show all that, so I really did jam a ton of inserts on every shot, which was tough. We really had to cram those light boards in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's like inserts everywhere. It's very, it gives you a lot of feedback, this game, for sure. Mm-hmm. And over to you, Elizabeth. Like when you kind of came in as a pinball player, and all of a sudden you're programming pinball, and you have like all these like complex lights and whatnot. I'm just very curious, and I wonder if maybe some of the audience also is like, how did you transition from being a pinball player to a pinball programmer?
Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment. We want to know your journey.
We definitely want to go to that. But when you kind of like just throw yourself in here, it's just like all of a sudden I need to like program 250 inserts. It's just like, what did you do before this? Like you couldn't just like been playing pinball.
Oh man, oh boy. Yeah, I mean before this I was a coder, I was a software developer, and I've always loved software developing. So this coding a pinball machine happens to be a lot like coding anything else. So I wasn't too daunted by coding specifically this, device, but oh boy, I think the one problem is that I care too much, and I have all these grand ideas and I want to shove all of this code in the game. And it took me a whole entire day to learn how to make an inlane flash the little light above the inlane or whatever, like the little machete light. So of course, like any other software developer knows, they're like, yep, it's painfully complicated to do just a simple task. But luckily, when I jumped on with this one, Rick had already put in a bunch of like the base software, so I was it just didn't do anything. So you could bash the shark all you wanted, but it wouldn't progress you through the modes or anything like that, like what it does now. But yeah, baby steps. You do one thing after another, and eventually you get somewhere that's more complete. On this game, I think Beach Panic was the very first thing that I coded in. Like after that Friday of panicking, I can't do this. I have no idea like how to get this lamp working. And Rick just is like, it's okay, Elizabeth, and sent me like 3 different blocks of code to stick in the code base to make it work. Which, by the way, Rick Nagel, he's the lead software developer on like all of Keith's games, and he's super rockin'. Like every time I have any sort of problem, I'm like, Rick, how do you do this? And he'll take a video of his screen of like going through the steps or whatever. Anything to avoid actually getting on a video call with me, basically. But
that's a very senior behavior.
Hey,
no, he's
awesome.
great.
You
He's
like
great.
that?
Like he's super dedicated. So after learning the basics, everything else got to be really easy. So Beach Panic just boom, got in there. And then Night Swim, it's like, oh, this one rose, so it's like, oh, I have to learn this new thing. Luckily, being a pinball fan, I could just, oh, this is similar to the jet fighters and Godzilla. So I looked at the code there and stole that and stuck it in this game, and went from there.
Yeah, you have that benefit that you can look at the library of games that's already been out there for a while.
Yeah, most everything has already been done, except it's like different, just enough different for you to have to spend 3 hours on it.
Yeah. But
can't just copy.
You're fairly new at Stern, right? You haven't been there for a very long time.
Yeah, I
When did
started
you
in
start?
June.
You started in June, and you're already here with a game. To your credit, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's so weird. I didn't search for this job. I liked my previous one, and
Can you go into detail what you were programming
Recruited.
previously from coming to pinball? I'm just trying to find like a career path. Somebody who wants to program pinball machines. Like, how do you get there, right? That's
gosh.
kind of.
Yeah, no, I got super lucky, which I guess, I don't know, maybe it's
Luck,
who you know.
luck is always involved when it comes to jobs,
yeah.
but it's just like what's the foundation?
Right. I think it's building a network and getting to know who you know, getting good at what you do, but also getting to know a lot of people that are in like the business. So, I mean, I traveled to tournaments and stuff and met a lot of people that worked at Stern, Keith included. Shout out. Hey, remember that, Keith? He doesn't. It's fine.
No, he's like, I go to so many tournaments.
Like what?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
play pinball?
She challenged me to a tap pass contest.
Yeah, we did. We had a tap pass
really?
contest on Dolly. Yeah, he won, but I was still excited. I had fun, and then afterwards I was like, all right, see ya. Won't see you ever again, And like 2 months later, I get a message, like a really cryptic message from Corey Stupp. He's from Louisville. He's a contractor for Stern. He's been working here forever.
That's
He was
so
like,
cool.
Elizabeth, let's talk about pinball development. And so I replied, okay, wait a minute. What do you mean by that? He just says, seek me out at Louisville Expo. And of course I sought him out and he was way too busy. So a week passes and another week passes and I finally get a hold of him. And he's like, yeah, it's a job opportunity. I'm like, you could have just like texted me that, Corey.
Yeah.
Aw.
You just wanted to see the reaction, I guess.
I think so. But it took some convincing. Working a dream job is no joke. I mean, you really have to love pinball to work this job, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Or work any dream job. You have to really love it.
Yeah,
for sure.
we can see that you really love it when you're pushing new updates and stuff at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to get to. It's just like this is your this is your whole life.
Not like 9 to 5. Okay, everything on snooze.
I think my neighbors must hate me or be really concerned about what I'm doing in here. Because
what do you like? Blast the music up and play
pinball
with the glass
machines are
off?
really loud. They're loud by nature.
I mean, you'll wake the whole house up.
Yeah, you pull the glass off. I mean, the auto launch is like a ruckus, and I feel bad.
Drop targets.
I try not to turn on the game after a certain point.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Excellent. Yeah. But so, like game designers that make their way into Stern, like they have their kind of home brews and their white woods and stuff, right? I know Keith he had like an Archer game that he worked on before started working for Stern, and Jack Danger had his, right? What did you have like as a software developer? What did you have in your portfolio that kind of was even related to pinball?
Yeah. No, I worked at GE Appliances, and I did like data stuff, and I worked on a website or something. It really wasn't directly, my job wasn't directly related to pinball, but
but you didn't do any side gigs like doing like virtual pin or anything like that,
or like custom pin pathway that
No, I was thinking about making an app that would log game issues for local arcade people to have, so that they can like log problems and stuff and have a QR code for people to.
We need that still. So can you get on that?
Right after Jaws, I'll get on that. But no, I think what really helped was having a lot of pinball IQ and being really loving the software of a game, which isn't the same as loving, shooting a shot or seeing the artwork and all of this. How great the game flows. It's about loving the things that most people look over. The flashing of a shot or the interesting rule set and having ideas and improvements. One of the questions in the interview, it was how would you improve on a modern Stern game, which is kind of a loaded question. Whoa, that's a lot. So.
Are you going to call out the flaws now, or are you going to do that later?
I'm like talking to the guy who designed the game. I'm like, no, it's perfect. It's perfect game.
Oh yeah. Are you calling my baby ugly? Is that that's not going to get you hired?
It's a trap.
It's all about iterating. Keith, gosh, I don't know if everybody else iterates as much as Keith does, but you should see what this game was like just 3 months ago. I mean, we haven't stopped iterating and going back and reworking things and revising this and making it more risky or more exciting or more tense. So it really does never stop. So I think that is the best thing to have is the eye for how to improve something, and narrowing down what makes something fun and being able to apply like this is why this would make this more fun. This is why it would make it better. So yeah, gosh, it's exhausting.
Yeah. I will say this is the first game I've done where I completely just trashed the rule set and started over. What we initially had, I think it was right before Elizabeth came on, or maybe right after. Everything was completely different, and it just wasn't working. And luckily, Rick hadn't really done that much work on it, so we just kind of trashed those rules, at least the base game rules, and changed everything around to what it is now. And then that was the best decision we could have made.
So that's interesting that you had like cycle. Was there a longer development cycle on this game than a traditional Stern?
Yeah, we switched to 2 cornerstones the previous year, which kind of pushed us and everyone else back. But it didn't actually give the programmers a longer cycle.
Okay.
Because Rick was still doing Godzilla topper stuff, or Godzilla stuff. We had that big Jurassic Park update. So it was
right.
actually that space was filled with other projects. It wasn't, okay, here's an extra 6 months. It wasn't like that at all.
No, it's not like nobody's going to give you like spare time to work on cool things, right? It's just like it's a constant hammering.
Gotta find it. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So back to Elizabeth there. So since you're a player as well, I'm really curious what your favorite games are. Like, what can we expect from you when we know you're involved in developing rule sets and programming games, both in JAWS as you're iterating on it and the future games. So what's your as a player, purely as a player, what games are you into?
Yeah, I'm really all over the place when it comes to games I like. It's pretty much whatever game I'm playing at the moment. It's find the thing that I like about it and pick that out and do that thing. Make yourself happy, make your own fun. That's another thing too. It's playing the game differently. Like, I love Attack from Mars, but I love trying to get Martian multi-ball started, just to start it. I think it's fun. Doing Jurassic Park, super fun. I think that game's fabulous. Sometimes I only want to do the T-Rex modes. That's the only point. I'm not doing anything else. I just want to do that. And I love EMs. My dad has a Grand Slam 1972 Gottlieb. It's the best EM. I love it.
Awesome.
And sometimes I play that game for score. Sometimes it's for runs, and it's just fabulous. I love the games from the 80s. Meteor. The best spinner in pinball. Come on, like.
Yeah, it is for sure.
It's the best. And why is it fun? Is it just because it's a spinner? No, it's because you had to build up that value. But bonus! Maybe I want to clear the drop targets. Ooh, choices. That's what makes that game so much fun. It's not just a spinner. It's everything. It's the software. It's the software behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. And I love the idea that you kind of understand that players want multiple ways to play the game, right? So I get really bored really quickly with games that are like, this is the strategy of the game, and that's the only way you can play it, basically.
And people...
It makes the game unfun really quickly. that's my
totally
take.
Lame. Everyone's talking about pinball moments. Like, have you heard of that phrase? Pinball moments.
Oh, yeah, like the moments in the game that make you go wow or have some sort of emotional reaction to.
Yeah, and those are fun. Like the medieval madness. I love when the castle breaks apart.
Oh yes.
That whole pinball moment. But for me, everything in between pinball moments is what makes pinball really fun. I mean, it's all of those little things that build up to the moment that then makes that moment really spectacular and really earned. Because if you just have pinball moments, that's not enough. That's not enough for a fun game.
No, the moments are great, right? But
well.
you need that layers of like gameplay to really, I mean, it's a whole storyline that you're progressing through, and once you kind of like learn that and kind of tap into that idea, then it's just as compelling, if not more, than playing a video game like an RPG. You're just trying to get to the goal, and
totally. Yeah, it's the journey that counts.
It's the
Rock
journey
on.
that counts.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we truly appreciate that you keep iterating on the games like you do at Stern, and kind of give us basically updates like more or less quarterly or monthly, some games and some occurrences even. So much kudos to that. But what I do want to kind of poke around a little bit, right? I'm really curious to, like, when Keith is saying that he's scrapped like the rule set, and we also know that the shark that ate the ball was scrapped and stuff like that. And like, how much can you reveal of your lesser good ideas? Talk to the audience about what actually got scrapped and why and such. We know that the initial shark wasn't very good.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think Elizabeth has like one of two ever made, but it was. The shark would pop up. The ball would go in its mouth, and then it's like, okay, now what? Well, he's just going to vomit it back out because, we can't really do much with this because we have to keep it underwater. It's not as cool as like the T-Rex, which you can pick it up, thrash it around, throw it. We didn't have any of those options because we had to fit this under the playfield in this, it's confined space.
Yeah.
And So, I mean, the rules right now as you play, people are like, oh, you don't really bash the shark. Well, we know that. They're coming. This is why we kind of switched to it, because the bounty hunts are actually a multi-ball. And as you progress through them, you need to bash the shark more and more to kind of wear it down. So it's much more of a battle than, say, shooting the ball in its mouth, or, we'll put an oxygen tank in there. That's the end of the game. It was just like, what do? You shoot the oxygen tank and blow it up. It's like, yeah, that's cool, but that's at the very end of the movie. So, yeah. So as a team, we just kind of all gathered around and said, this is worth it. Rather put the money somewhere else and have something a little more fun that makes a little more sense with what we're doing.
I always felt that way too. Like the ball is a weapon, right? To attack the shark.
Yeah, so like, you're not feeding it, you're attacking it.
No, yeah, like if he eats the ball, then you lost your freaking weapon. Like, then you're really screwed.
You are feeding it. You're
right.
giving them a go. So
exactly.
Like I said, we just kind of sat around. Like, our initial idea was like what everyone else thought, but the more we worked with it, the more, well, how's this going to work? So, well, we can't really do much with it. Player 1 locks the ball in his mouth, player 2 locks up. Okay, the ball's already in the mouth. What are you going to do? It was just kind of a nightmare. And like I said, it was just, we don't like this. It's going.
That would be great for the Free Willy custom game that someone makes in the future. And the ball could be the fish that you give to Free Willy.
Yeah, and Orca is a little bit bigger as well, so you can fit more balls in it, right? It got more volume.
An actual orca, yeah.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, you were going to say something to add to that.
Yeah, it was on the same note of getting rid of something because it's not fun. And wow, who else did that? Got rid of something because it wasn't working? I think his name was Spielberg. Because the Jaws.
All the best.
Bruce was not working for most of the movie, so he cut it out because the shark wasn't working, and it made the movie like all the times better. So you have to have the courage to take something out, even though you spent a lot of time on it, Keith. Okay, I spent so much time on whatever. Actually, Keith's really good about reusing things. Most of the time, it's like, hey, remember when we had victory combos at the end of every mode, and it was awful? So it was like, all right, rip that out. We're going to make its own mode. Now it's on the Wheel Awards, so you can use it there. And a cast and catch used to look completely different. It was, whatever. But it wasn't working with the rest of the game. It was fine on its own, but it wasn't working with the rest of the game. So we had to rip it out. Okay, and how about that? How to Light Bounty Hunt changed a bunch. It's kind of like writing a movie, like behind the scenes, you watch the behind the scenes of the directors of the deleted scenes, and they're always like, oh, we loved that scene, but we had to cut it out because of pacing issues or because it was dragging. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it feels when you're building a game too. I love this and that, but we have to take out. It's too complicated. It's too whatever. And there's always a reason, and it's a valid reason. You have to trust it.
One thing that's always overlooked is when you have assets, and that was one of the things that Elizabeth had a lot of questions about. It's like, well, why is this mode doing this? I was like, well, because that's what's going on in the movie. We can't save the girl, we can't save the boy. These are the assets we have to work with. So we're just kind of progressing towards these grisly demises, and we don't really have a choice.
Yeah. But you can't save the dog, right?
The dog's not shown eating, so yeah, we can use your imagination. But, yeah, it's really tough writing rules to existing assets.
Understood.
Godzilla was a lot easier because there was so much. I think we had 8 films, and Godzilla's getting his butt kicked. Godzilla's kicking butt. He's going to different cities. All that. But in the Jaws world, you're very linear. Storyline, and then we got the assets from the other movies. But I really tried to avoid using as many of those as I could. So I really wanted to stick to Jaws 1, and that was kind of Spielberg's preference too. So yeah, it's tough. Writing rules to existing assets is probably one of the harder things we do as game designers.
So you said something that kind of triggered me a little bit, talking about the assets. So Spielberg had opinions about this game.
Yeah, he wanted it focused on the shark and not the actors, and he wanted it mostly Jaws 1, obviously, because that was the one he did. So, But he was great to work with. Universal was great to work with. It was pretty seamless, and Jody did everything he could to get us what we needed. And, it was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed by the video assets in the game because that looks better than the old VHS I used to watch the movie on, for sure. So
they sent us some pretty cleaned up assets. They're pretty nice.
Yeah. So did you watch Jaws as a kid as well, or did you grow up on it, so to speak?
I don't remember. I'm sure I did.
Yeah, you've done a good.
I don't know. I'm old as heck. I don't remember.
Which movies did Spielberg make again?
I remember Duel, ironically, because my mom loved that movie, so I used to watch it. And then, this is Duel in the ocean. And it's like, oh yeah.
Do you know Duel?
No, I have no idea.
No.
What is that? Duel.
It's one of
like an old
Spielberg's first
Spielberg
movies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still stands. Holds up
Oh,
very
really?
well.
Oh, wow. I need to watch it. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So how much of the actual like wizard modes? I mean, one of the objectives here is to get to 4th of July. There's an insert in the middle there in the gear collection area. How much of that is in the game already?
0.
0. Yeah. So you work your way through there and you get nothing.
We learned our lesson long ago. It's like you try to jam a bunch of rules in the game, including wizard modes, and don't really, clean up the close to the start button stuff, and people are going to be confused. It's like, well, what does this do? What does that do? And
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like I'm progressing towards anything because everything's kind of half-baked. So we really focused on the first 10 minutes of the game, everything being as complete as it could, and clear, all the videos in, all the assets, all the music, and then then we start focusing on the wizard modes and stuff that people don't mind waiting to get because they know we're actually playing and see pacing of the game, what would be cool at this point, and stuff like that.
Understood. Is there any like future updates you can talk about, like what from where we are now with, I don't know what it is, like 0.83 up to what would be considered a 1.0 besides 4th of July? Is there anything else that has come in? I know there's like this inside it connected thing I want to talk about separately with the shark teeth and stuff. But from the gameplay perspective, is there anything new on the horizon that we can talk about, or is that too secret?
I can give you some immediate stuff. Would be the Bounty Hunt multi-ball system.
Okay.
And then plays the shark challenge mode should be in a few months. Then everything else will just be kind of as it's ready.
Incremental updates and improvements.
Yeah. And the gear, we just started working on the gear perk, so hopefully that'll be in the next update. And everybody asks what the gear does. And the gear really helps the pacing of the game because it helps you through certain aspects of your journey.
Yeah. So the gear collection is what you see in the 6 inserts on the bottom here. Is that a barrel hook, shark cage, dart, tracker, oxygen, binocular? Are those the gears, or is that something else?
Yeah, those are the gears. So easiest way to get the gear is by collecting a quick shot by shooting the side gate, and then the fin will pop up somewhere and hit that. That'll light the gear. The right flipper selects the flashing gear, and then you shoot Quinn's shack to actually collect that gear.
And Quinn's shot is that the shack? The right or
the right ramp. Yeah.
The right ramp. Yeah.
I remember having to ask that same question when I first started. What's Quinn's shack, Keith? I'm like looking at a blank play field, and he's like, "Yeah, quick shot, harpoon, whatever." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. So it's on the actual like backboard of the play field. You can see it says Quinn's shack, bounty hunt, and collect gear. So
yeah, it's there.
So, it's kind of works. It works like inserts, but it's not on the play field. It's actually on the back box. Similar to Godzilla, I have a few of those as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're called billboards.
Oh, you call them billboards? Okay, yeah, that's probably the correct term.
Nice.
The plastic on the inlanes too. That was something I didn't realize had art on it, and we had to interact with it. Because that's the thing. Like I don't have the art most of the time, so I'm not sure what is where on the playfield is just blank. So Keith is like, yeah, everything that has words on it, we need code for. So I'm like,
Oh.
yeah, okay, I think we got it. And he's like, well, we need Quinn's challenge. Where's Quinn's challenge, Keith? And it's on the right end lane right here. I'm like, gosh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
had everything covered. Right end lane has something. All right, stick code in there, shove it in.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
that's my favorite. Quinn's
Yeah,
challenge,
yeah.
I think, is my favorite mode in the game. I really like it.
How do you do it?
Yeah, let's talk it through.
Yeah, Quinn's challenge, you light it by spelling Orca, which you collect Orca letters by hitting the left, the wave ramp. So that'll
The
give
wave
you a
ramp
letter.
is the bottom in the back.
Yeah, that also lights your Quince shack, which is the mystery award. But so yeah, collect Orca, spell Orca, and that will light the right in lane Quince challenge. So from there, you just need to feed the ball down the right end lane. So
And the
you can either
outpost
drop
comes
the
up.
upper flipper. You drop the upper flipper, let the ball fall down, or just get lucky and get it in the right end lane. And then, yep, post comes up. It'll show you. It's like Quint is challenging you to tie knots. So it'll be a specific knot, and whatever knot he says, it's a specific combo in the game. So it'll call it out. Center ramp, douche, right ramp, douche, chum bucket. And it'll get progressively harder and harder until it's, left ramp, upper ramp, into the stand up here, into the end lane, and oh man,
It sounds like a fitness trainer to me.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I love it.
It's
feel
timed counting
amazing.
down as well for that? Do you have unlimited time, or is it timed to hit those shots?
Yeah, the timer starts when you hit your first shot in the combo. And then you hear a specific shanty music, which I think is great. By the way, Jerry did an awesome job. The shanty starts, and then when the shanty is done, you're out of time. So, so you want to be like ready to go. Don't hit that first shot until you are feeling confident that you can hit the others.
Yeah, so you really need to be strategic with how you set up your shots, and you need to learn the shots, because I've just played a handful of games and I couldn't find anything. So I'll really look forward to learning this game. There's a lot of fun stuff to shoot for, and one of the aspects, like it's so weird when you see a pinball machine like in pictures and on streams and on videos, is that you cannot translate that to what your first impression is going to be, right? And one thing I like a lot about the pro version here, it almost feels like a street level game. It's so awesome, right? Because the ramps are like hidden like really far back in the game, so it looks like really nice, like torpedo alley almost. What about that, Keith? And where it's all flat, it's just like wireforms everywhere. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, it was all out of necessity because the fin mech was so giant. I'm sure if you look under there, you see how big that assembly is. So everything kind of had to be pushed to the back a bit.
Yeah, yeah. Understood.
Oh, the fin mech. Yeah, I can't wait to dive into that with Harrison to look at.
Yeah, that's the next stream we're doing on the premium. Then we're going to have the playfield up, and we're going to look at the different things. We're going to break down how the chum line mech works and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So
for those of you watching, this is the pro version that we're looking at.
For sure. Yep. So another question while we're talking about the pro and the premium is that, like, the Orca, from what I could kind of gather looking at the upper playfield, there is like 4 different shots. Is it like a stand up, and there's a spinner, there's a ramp, and there's like 2 exits, right? How does the pro compensate for all those shots up there? Is there something missing entirely, or can you get those somewhere else?
I think we pretty much rewrote the modes not to use those shots, and the premium and LE have their own. There's an extra mode set called the Wheel Awards. Okay. So basically, you shoot the tower ramp, which is the big looping ramp on the Orca, to light the Wheel Award, and then you shoot the wheel itself. And there's 6 awards in a couple modes in there, and for the most part. And there's also the radio target, which kind of spots whatever you need. So whatever mode you're in, whatever multi-ball you're in, you shoot that target, it'll spot you something you need. We basically, Elizabeth spent a bunch of time just kind of rewriting some of the rules to work on the pro.
It's funny you say that. There was a like a bug crash, like it crashed and it's only happening on the pro. So I'm sitting here with the premium, and I'm like, I have no what is going on? Why would something crash on the Pro? And it's because there's certain shots that don't exist on the Pro, and the code was expecting that or whatever. So it was like crashing it. But yeah, that was kind of tricky. It's tricky to code for something that's not physically here. But you get used to it, you get better at it. But it does take a lot of. You just gotta think about it. It takes a lot of intention, but it doesn't crash. Probably.
You're just gonna have to ask for 2 games next time, right? To make it easier.
Yeah, I think it worked out pretty good. It worked out.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the things that I keep hearing about that I haven't fully been able to process and grasp, but it sounds really awesome and people are genuinely excited about that, is something with the shark teeth and collecting them and using them as currency or something like that. Can you guys explain what that's all about and how that works?
Yeah. So
I was like, did I say something?
No, that's the insider connector
sorry.
stuff. Yeah.
Sorry, can't answer that.
I was like, I did hear this, right? People have been talking about shark teeth, right?
Yeah, so when you're logged into your account and you're playing the game, you earn shark teeth for doing various accomplishments such as skill shots, jackpots, and multi-ball, catching a bounty shark, which I think is the most you can get is 3 at one time. And so you're collecting these teeth, and what you're doing is you're working your rank up. So every 50 teeth, you get what's known as a shark jaw, and then each shark, you work the rank up, your mackerel, your salmon, your sardine, whatever, you're working your way up. You need so many jaws to advance your rank. So that's your bounty hunter rank. It's kind of like your bragging rights. Show your friends, see how you rule the ocean. And then the other half of that is the actual teeth. So that the lifetime teeth go towards your jaws, but you also have spendable teeth that you can use to redeem for challenge modes. So you log in, you hit the, like you would like a normal challenge mode, you hook flippers, and then you select, right now we just have the Shark Hunter challenge mode, which is the video mode challenge mode. And you redeem 20 teeth to play with that. And coming soon will be play as the shark, but probably 2-3 months away for that. But each of these challenge modes are going to have their own leaderboard. And I can tell you just from Elizabeth and I and a couple other people at the shop, it's really fun, because you get one chance to put up a good score and then you don't do it. So then you got to play a regular game to get more teeth and try it again. And I think she's still on the leaderboard for the
I was going to say, who on the PD team has the most shark teeth collected? Are you guys actively collecting your teeth?
Yeah, but it's hard to tell. My glasses off most of the time, and I'm just hitting switches and things.
Hey man, collecting teeth is teeth.
Yeah, but you can't cheat on the Shark Hunter.
Yeah. You can't. So it'll be really interesting leaderboards on the Shark Hunter because there's no cheating. It's the exact same video mode for everyone. I'm excited that when that goes live to see what kind of scores people put up.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Yeah, I love that video mode. You said, Keith, that on Fishtails, that kind of inspired. Was that a little bit of an inspiration for this video mode?
Yeah, absolutely. Fishtails and the actual game itself, the Killer Shark, which is a kind of a horrible rifle game from the early 70s, but it had the cool, flickery projections back there.
Yeah.
And, for some reason, you're just shooting sharks. I was like, that is so cheesy. I wanna do something like that. So I kind of took a little bit of inspiration from the Fishtails, but instead of just firing forward, you fire 3 different directions.
Oh right, yeah. And that was the arcade game that was actually in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Match that.
So there's a spot of the movie they actually show footage of these guys playing that, and I researched that game, and it's a really hard to find game because I guess it didn't do very well.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot about a submarine game I played as a kid, but it had that simple kind of Fishtails mechanic.
Yeah, it's the same like the Seawolf knows where you're firing torpedoes. It's kind of based on all those rifle games from the early 70s.
Yeah. And you can play that video mode with the included 3D glasses, and let's double click on the 3D glasses there. Like you can select like 3D mode.
Are you holding a pair of 3D glasses? Is that the 3D glasses that comes with the game?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
These are the ones. So you get 4 of these. They're in the goodie bag. Right?
Keith's got it. Where's yours, Elizabeth? Dang, I didn't bring any 3D glasses. That's awesome. Oh, look, she's going for it. Everyone put your glasses on.
Yeah, so are you going to do anything more with the 3D glasses, right? It seems to be a lot of effort for just a video mode. So I'm just like fishing for, this is going to be something more with the 3D glasses.
I talked to my lead artist, and he's like, "No way, man." You see, he broke his brain programming 3D.
Yeah, you can wear them for about 30 seconds, and then you get a splitting headache. So
then you're seeing red.
He said he'd be wearing them for 3 hours straight while he was programming, and he's like, "I can't do this anymore."
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that movie, like one of the Back to the Future movies, where it's like Jaws 19 comes out kind of as a 3D animation. So wouldn't that be cool if the topper did 3D? So you kind of, the topper kind of jumped out at you? Like on Jaws 19?
That's more of a hologram.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just planning dumb ideas here, sorry.
Obviously the old school red cyan 3D is not amazing compared to like today's movies with the polarized 3D, but it is what it is.
Did they ever make Jaws movie into 3D? Like, do you remember in the 90s, like they made Gremlins into a 3D version, and a few other like classic kind of horror movies into the 3D? It was not good.
Just the original Jaws 3D.
Yeah, there was one.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, Jaws 3D, which I actually have a copy. I have a rare 3D TV with the polarized glasses, and it looks pretty good. They did a good job. That's where that fish head comes floating at you. It's right there.
When did that come out? Like early 2000s or?
Yeah, 1983.
Yeah.
83?
Yeah, we're talking 80s
technology
here.
Then? Dang. That's cool. You still have it.
But I don't know if you can find the red cyan 3D version of that movie anywhere. I think they kind of just trashed it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's vertebrates.
Yeah, I wonder how that translates as well. It's really weird because I was trying to wear the 3D glasses on the stream when you were streaming the game initially, right? And somehow the colors weren't right. They weren't translated right into my monitor, so I didn't get the 3D effect, right? So those things are very difficult to get right? But you can do that because you own the display and you own the glasses. Obviously, it's going to look good on the screen here.
Yeah, we calibrated it for our display for sure.
Yeah.
And plus, on the stream, there's more and more grain and all this other stuff. And I tried watching it too. You get a little bit of the effect, but not nearly as like in person.
No. So there you hear it. You need to stalk out a Jaws game and bring your Anaglyph 3D glasses. It's called Anaglyph, right? Is that what you call them? Yeah. Or ask the operator for a pair.
Yeah.
So when you
to the shows too.
Oh yeah, that's right. So what, is there anything else you would be able to buy with the shark teeth moving forward? You got the video mode now, and you're playing as a shark thing. Is there anything else, like from inside the connector's perspective, that is coming?
Those are the two things that are planned right now.
Yeah.
And that's all I can say.
That's all we can say. All right, we know there's more coming.
I'm gonna get so much teeth, y'all.
Yeah.
I want to be top of the teeth leaderboard.
So I wonder how is that working for at a coin-op that because with inside the connector I can go to one arcade and collect teeth and go to a second. Does the game have to have a credit to be able to use that or no?
Yeah, especially if it plays the shark. That will be a long playing challenge. So the video mode isn't as long playing, but the other one will be more in the line of the Godzilla Time Attack type challenge mode.
Yeah. So okay. So it's a game mode more or less. It's not just video mode. Understood.
Yeah. So we have to charge a credit because obviously these on location can't have people do exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. So I do have a lot of questions in the chat. We're kind of getting to the point where I are going into our open Q&A. I, of course, am going to be moderating y'all's questions. So asking stuff like, what's the next theme? You know, I'm not going to even bother. But we did have some good questions from earlier that are interesting enough, and we'd love to know from y'all. So let's see. This was a question earlier from Daniel Donnell. It's about just kind of the creation process of the Pro and Premium. So like, how hard is it to make a Pro design after the Premium has been established?
It's very hard.
Heartbreaking.
It is very, very tough, especially on the software end, because when we start removing devices, and then I'll tell Elizabeth and Rick, hey, we need to compensate for no drop targets or no boat or no upper playfield. So it does create a lot of work. There's just stuff you have to think of when you're designing the LE Premium. It's like, okay, if I remove this, how's this going to affect the rules? Yeah, it's always like a chess game with yourself, trying to figure out, the best road forward to, compensate for everything that's missing and still making, a fun game. So for the case of Jaws, we had so many rules tied around this moving fin mech that I said, hey, this thing needs to be on the Pro. It has to be on the Pro. If we lose the drop target, fine, but this has to be on the Pro because you have so many rules tied to a moving fin drop target that it would really make it impossible. It wouldn't be a fun game if we just put it like
for sure.
if you had to hit one of the stand-up targets or something that would not be fun. If they're always shooting the same thing, would be fun. The fun part of the fin is it's in different places. It's constantly moving, and that was one of those things where this has to be in here no matter what, and then I have to work around that.
Right. Wow. Is it ever that instance of like, is that pathway like the most norm, like start with the Premium and then work on the Pro, or do you all ever find yourselves like start with the Pro and then make the Pro really fun and then let me just add a bunch of like craziness to it?
No, I want the full experience, the full experience being the Premium, because if you design for a Pro and then tack things on, then they're going to feel exactly that.
Yeah, fair.
So you build the game as intended and then start shaving.
Yes. That's how I do it. I don't know how everyone else does it, but yeah, there's my vision, and then when it comes to the Pro, then it's like, okay, how can I maintain as much of my vision and meet the bombs? And that's where it becomes a chess match. But yeah.
Awesome. Another question we had was from Emily asking, do the skill shots stay the same brutality in tournament play? And I guess to preface that, can y'all break down like the general skill shots of the game? They're super fun. A lot of, like, I know two of them are like the soft plunging, right? Like plunging into the pop bumper sort of thing. Or...
They are the same.
Yeah.
So you soft plunge in the pop bumper for level 1. Then you got a soft plunge into the mini flipper lane for level 2 without hitting the pop bumper. So they each have something that cancels them out. So there's something you want and there's something you want to avoid. So, if you plunge too hard, hit a couple other switches and hit the pop bumper, you're still going to get credit for it. But if you hit that mini lane switch, if you plunge too short, it'll shut it off. And then level 3 is you need to plunge around the pop bumper down to your flippers and shoot the side targets there. And we have a couple planned secret skill shots, but they are not in yet.
Nice. I like the soft plunge approach because it'll start training players to do that more, especially like people new into pinball, instead of like that freaking full send that these kids are doing at my arcade. So thank you for that. It's a little bit of etiquette I'm baked into it,
I'm a big fan of skill shots. I love the looking at the meter on the thing and plunging. And you really need to do that with this. So,
Very cool. Another question we had, the quick one, is only the back GI RGB? I guess like a lighting question? Like how you guys...
the back. So the entire top third of the game has dual GI. It has whites and it has a bunch of RGBs, and it is full RGB.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You just need to make.
This,
Yeah. You need to make it
if you watch-
pulsate. It looks like water. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, we'll be adding more effects to it. But like for right now, each mode, each different encounter you start gives it a different base color, and then the white will accent it. You know, whatever we need to do. If somebody gets, killed during rescue multi-ball or whatever, everything turns red back there. Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
I saw it turn green when they were drinking on the boat. Was that like they were being intoxicated? Was that what it's supposed to indicate? I don't know.
I think Rick originally set it up so each mode had its own color, and
okay.
it still is that way. But
right.
We're doing some more effects on it. I saw some cool effects lately that we're doing with those.
Yeah, it sounds like you got your work cut out for yourself there, Elizabeth. A few iterations.
I know. You could see her brain like calculating the mental to-do list.
Don't give him more ideas. He already has so many.
So you and Rick are like the Keith's dream makers, right? You're the integrators of his vision.
Yeah, you should tell him that. Yes. I think if we were in the movie, I would be the harpoon.
I mean, that's the
shooting every idea down. Yeah, that's.
Well,
that's
just point fire. Put me in the right direction. Fire. And I'll take care of this.
Oh, okay. Elizabeth has also contributed some of her own rules.
Nice. What can you give a shout out to any of the rules where we can point out at the game and be like, yeah, that's Elizabeth's?
I do all the time. I'm quite proud of it. Scars and casting catch are probably the two critical ones.
Very cool.
But all of them feel like, again, we've iterated so many times that all of the modes, I feel like there's a piece of everybody in those things.
Yeah, I imagine it becomes a collaborative thing once you kind of have the 1.0 and then it's just like, we can do this, we can do this.
We just change the game all the time. This game is a different game every other week.
Awesome, love it.
That's exciting, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come down here. every release, I have to come down here. We got a new game on the floor, Jaws 0.84.
Perfect.
That's super fun.
Another quick question in the chat relevant to you, Elizabeth. And I don't know if you get to choose this or not, or maybe it's Mr. Keith that gets to choose it. But are you officially in Team Elwin, and this is your spot, or are we going to see you kind of jumping in between other designers and helping?
Yeah, I'm jumping between different designers, but like if there's another game that kind of lines up with my rotation, I suppose, then I would love to come back and fight with people a little bit more.
Keith, are you down to have Elizabeth back on your team to help whip you into shape? Make your dreams come true?
Yeah, she always asks me, are you sure you want us to do that? Are you sure? All right.
Hey, good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Give them the challenge. I like it.
Yeah, challenge the establishment.
My favorite thing is that she'll suggest something, and I said, oh, you like it's written in the rule doc? She's like, what? Oh, my God, I totally misread that.
Oh my gosh, more like, yeah, that happens so often. I'm like, I have this great idea, and he's like, I literally wrote this down. It's right there. And I'm like, okay, so, and that's where I'm like,
great mind.
If you have a good idea, Keith probably already thought of it, and it's probably in the hero doc. I just haven't gotten to it.
I totally believe that.
That's awesome.
So this one was from Benny Blanc, and he wrote, relating Godzilla to Jaws, saying that he really likes how Godzilla allowed you to go to Planet X early, which allowed more novice players to access endgame content, while advanced players can take the longer path to get higher scores. Will we see this same type of progression style in Jaws? And we kind of covered it.
A little unclear at this point. That was actually my least favorite part of Godzilla, was how long you could play it.
Yeah, I'm
Jaws,
with you.
Jaws has way fewer extra balls, so it shouldn't have that same problem as Godzilla has. But it's all going to depend on when we get done throwing everything into the game. It's like, how long is this going to take me to do everything? If the answer is 40 minutes plus, then absolutely we will put a shortcut in there.
Nice. And that goes with another question from Mr. J. Crane saying about how much time is spent designing versus the coding process. Like, is it 80% design? I like the time frame of you guys have to create the game. Like 80-20, 50-50, 30-70 from the design
probably 20% design, 80% code.
Yeah. That sounds
Yeah,
right.
I've been done with the design for a long time, so yeah, for sure.
Software is hard.
Yeah.
There was another
is art.
And there was another question in chat regarding to the software actually. So what kind of programming language do you generally work in at when you work on these games?
C++.
That's it. Yeah, it's classic kind of style gaming programming. Then I guess.
Yeah. I didn't do C++ before this one actually.
Oh
But-
wow.
Yeah, you can do anything you want in any language. So if someone's asking me what language we do the code in, I'm like, that's the wrong question. So
Yeah, but it's the C++ scares a lot of people because you need to do your own memory management and you need to do and the pointers are all weird and stuff. So, but yeah.
okay, that's true. Yeah. Oh my gosh, my first bug. I have a picture of it somewhere. I think it's hilarious. But no one will beat my high score on this game because my bug was a memory management problem where I awarded, it was for Raft Attack, and the jackpot award was a random place in memory, and it was like, yeah, that one, and it was a number that is, I can't even say it. It's like, it had like 12 digits.
Perfect.
Massive. Yeah.
Yeah.
It broke
Yeah.
the game at large.
Can you put in a secret button code for me so I can kind of just add a Gieske on the machine to my score? That would be perfect.
Yeah.
They'll be right on that. Elizabeth's
Yeah, it's
like,
like-
my list is good.
Yeah, 3 left, 7 right, and 4 left. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, like your for code. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're gonna be wrapping this up soon. Dry, do you have any last questions you want to throw at these lovely people before we let them enjoy their dinners and the rest of their night?
Yes, I do actually. So I want to kind of hear your take on like where we are at the code right now. Like, what is a good kind of beginner strategy on this game? What would you like? How do you want to, if you want to learn this game? What does that kind of curve look like? Right.
It's an Elizabeth question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know this. It's a little bit tricky. This game is so wide. There's so much stuff to do right from the beginning.
Everything is lit everywhere, right? So it's just like how do you narrow it down to like I'm going to do this first, right?
Yeah, if I'm at the game,
Right now.
I would shoot the right ramp twice. Okay, this is why. This is important. The right ramp is the Quince Shack. It's lit right off the bat. That's your mystery award. The first one is going to be light bounty hunt. Hit it again to actually start your bounty hunt. It's a mode that runs in the background, so you want to start it as soon as possible. Okay, that's step 1. Right ramp twice. Step 2, you want to shoot the captive ball. That will
Which one?
underneath
Shumbuck?
the shark there.
Okay, shark. Yes.
Yeah. Bash that around. That's going to make progress towards your shark encounter modes, which they're awesome. Choose any one of them, and if you focus in, you can get 100 million points. There's not one that's better than the other. Just shoot whatever you're most comfortable with.
So you just keep bashing the center shark, and then what?
Yep, shoot shoot the center shark thing, and that will light all the other shots. You shoot one of those other ones, just start it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, yeah. So choose your mode, whatever. Do hit the captive ball at least one time at some point. You're going to do it accidentally, so I'm not going to tell you to like aim for it, but shooting the captive ball is going to give you progress towards your Jaws multi-balls, which will, that's what fills in that little bean area, the chum bucket.
Right.
So once you get the chum all filled up, it'll light your harpoon, which is the gate on the left, or the left orbit. Just if you see a yellow shot, hit it. Okay, just do it.
Also, yellow is good. Yellow
Okay.
is good. Yeah.
Yellow is good.
Okay.
You're making progress towards multi-ball. That's like the barrels and the harpoon.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
so
like
that-
the yellow barrels, right?
Yeah, so you have barrel 1, 2, 3 underneath the beam there.
Right. That's so if there's the fin comes up and it's flashing yellow at you, that's harpoon shot that's going to make progress towards your multi-ball, and then you'll be in the multi-ball. Stand-ups are really important. You want to hit stand-ups like whenever you can. That's going to add your beach goers. Those are those orange small inserts around all of those little orange guys.
Yep, they're clustered 3 by 3 in the main shots. Yes.
Yep, that will. That's just super important to do. Just do it. Just hit those, and you'll have a lot of fun. Once you get as many beach goers onto all of the shots, that'll start a hurry up situation. How well you do on the hurry up actually gives you a value that's added onto that shot score during modes. So if you get, if your hurry up is worth 2.5 million, okay, you get into a mode. Every time you hit that shot, it's going to add 2.5 million onto that lit shot if it's lit.
Oh, so you basically lock in hurry up values in the main shots with the beach goers.
Yep.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
that's why I say I would save Beach Panic for something later, because if you have all of those hurry ups collected, then all of your shots are going to have that extra value on top of it, and you're going to be massive. Oh my goodness, it's just points.
Yeah. Speaking of massive, are there any the machete has some multiplication? Is there any other playfield multiplier besides the machete?
You can get into a 2x encounter situation if you bash the shark or the captive ball enough times before starting mode or during the mode. So you are able to get 2x encounters.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're the encounter bonuses. It's kind of hard to get, kind of dangerous, so I don't go for that normally.
Yeah, so certain shots are definitely more dangerous than others. So I will just try to aim for the yellow stuff and say that's the good, that's the good shots. And
I designed pretty much all the shots are dangerous.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, because if you miss them, it's just like everything feeds to a drain, right, somewhere.
The only one I really made safe was the chum bucket. It just kind of dies there and comes down. Yeah, that's weird. How that can feel like the safest shot, because if you shoot for the shark and the ball is just offset the slightest, it's just like plonked right straight down the middle or down the out lanes. It's evil. But yeah, it's just we all have to learn how to play better. So
it makes it so exciting.
Yeah.
In a fun, stressful way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what pinball is in a nutshell, right there.
Yeah.
Stressful and fun.
There's no wrong way to play.
Yeah.
Do your thing. You got this.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll get a few more practice games in here, and I will probably come down and stream this some more. I definitely want to learn and get deeper into this. So when was the next release coming out? Was that today? Did you say or no?
Code
we don't
update.
No, next update.
I think there was one yesterday or this morning or something. I felt like I saw something
Oh, okay.
on Facebook that there was another code update.
There's a code update for the line, but it was just because we started building LEs. So.
Oh,
There's
gotcha.
nothing special about it.
Oh yeah, I was just like scrolling through and I was like, oh, something happened.
Oh, okay. All right, fine.
Cool.
Yeah. I think I mean we touched on a lot of subjects here, and we definitely have more questions about like the mechs and stuff in the next for the next stream, and it's really fun having a little chat about Jaws.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. I guess the very, very last question for both of y'all: for this game, what is your favorite shot or mode?
Quiz challenge. I love it. It's awesome, and I like all the shots that quiz challenge makes you do.
Yeah, I need to get to that. I need to figure out how to get the quiz challenge and have the game yell at me where to shoot. Doesn't
It's
sound
so
stressful
fun.
at all.
Yeah. Rescue multi-ball is also awesome. I think that's like my favorite multi-ball.
How do you start it?
Victory combos on there.
Oh.
Really?
Why?
I don't know. It's once you actually get to shoot combos in this game, I think it's a lot of fun. 'Cause I kind of got sick of every single game having a combo system, but I kind of got rid of it at war. So this one, it has it, but you have to unlock it.
Oh. So where is it lit then? So I'm reading off the inserts here. I can't see.
You have to beat one of the multi-balls to unlock it.
Oh. Okay. So after you have beaten the multi-ball, completed the multi-ball basically, and you need to hit certain objectives in the multi-ball, or do you just have to survive?
Yeah. Each multi-ball has an objective to beat because since we're dealing with assets, limited assets for each scene, we have to have an end. So when we get to the end, then we start what's called a victory combo.
Oh, gotcha. So
And
that
I
will
was
be
just-
like
it is a
flashing
fun
into.
mode.
Yeah.
It's fun. I just have changed it so often that I didn't think it would be Keith's favorite because I don't think he knows what the rules are. I've changed it so often.
Well, you change the values way down.
No. Completely different. We'll talk
We're
about it.
excited to see what it's like. Awesome. Well, thanks y'all so much. Thanks for joining us. Everyone in the chat, stick around. I'm going to drop the giveaway link again so you guys can fill that in. And we'll go ahead and let Keith and Elizabeth sign off, and then we'll give away some free stuff.
Yeah, fun guys.
Take
Yeah,
care.
thank you so much.
So fun.
Bye.
All right,
See
thanks.
y'all next
Thank you.
time.
Bye.
Goodbye. And then my screen's gonna be weird for a second. Look, you can see my hat. You see my orange hat. Well, that was awesome. It was so cool talking to them. That was Keith's first time being on our stream, on our PinTech live stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was a total honor to, be able to take up his time. He's a very busy and important dude over there, so we really appreciate it. And then it was just even more awesome that we got Elizabeth with us.
For sure.
Just her joining in with Stern has been just so cool to watch, and now seeing her work come to life with this team is like freaking exciting and inspiring to so many levels. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so baffled by like he's worked there
she's
for like
so
6
smart too. Yeah,
6
like,
months, and this is what I do now, and it's just like what? it's just like a lifetime of achievement to me, like getting to work on a game like this, and super smart, so fun.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let me drop in this link for y'all one last time. Well, dry plays.
Oh, yellow shot! I got a yellow shot. Oh, there's the.
Go for the yellow. We learned that today.
Yeah.
Go for the yellow. Here.
Okay, so now we got a blue thing over there as well. It's just that the outer right shot are so far away.
You like to make it hard? Coming back for more.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the right way to think about it. The thing is that pinball is not easy, right? Nobody would be playing it. Oh, so I got into multiple.
No, it'll get too boring fast, right?
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
you got it.
I also like Keith's take on like Godzilla was just like way too long playing, right? And I completely agree with him on that. So I'm so happy that he recognizes that, and we're probably going to see more like quick strategies and like faster gameplay, like and get rewards much faster, right? Because I don't have the patience to play a 40-minute game.
Well, and maybe that means there's like less that Matthew is gonna do to make this game super hard, since Lynn's is the legendary dojo of changing the gravity to max 2,000%. So when you go back to regular Earth, you're like superhuman.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like when you play their games and then you go to another game and everything just feels floaty.
Yeah, it's the training ground for sure. But
It doesn't have fucking yellow flippers yet, so yellow flipper rubbers. That'll be the next stage is yellow flipper rubbers. And
He's like, yep, I've been thinking about it this
polyurethane.
whole time.
this whole time.
Yeah.
Can't wait. That'll be premium status.
Super bands.
Super bands everywhere and yellow flipper rubbers.
But is there even anywhere to put the super band posts?
There's one there.
Oh, you already spotted them.
The super bands can go over here.
Yeah.
2 posts up there, and like no, it'll be good.
Yeah, I love how just the red fills the play field.
Yeah, the thing is that I was so stoked hearing that there are more LEDs up there than they actually have already programmed, right? Because you can do so much with all this plastic up there, and there's 2 sets of LEDs. It's a GI and there's programmable lights, right? So there will be some really dope light effects there once they've iterated a little bit on the code, right?
Nolan.
Really like
absolutely.
On stream, it doesn't do it any justice. Like how cool that like beam thing looks.
No, the chum line. No.
Yeah, in person, it's totally different.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like a physical pinball machine, when you stand in front of it the first time, it can't prepare you for watching pictures and watching other people play on a flat stream. It just doesn't work.
No.
You can't judge a game like by. It's so different.
Yeah.
Oh, now I got the Queen's Challenge, right? Oh, 3D
also, yeah. Oh wait, what happened? Oh, 3D. Oh, but we can't see anything on this side.
Oh,
Can
shit.
you turn this?
Sucks to be
Look,
you.
they went for their glasses and they didn't go for moving the camera so we can see what's happening. They're still
So we're-
moving. Look at these guys. Rotate the camera so we can see what's
What
happening.
camera?
The camera is
The
on.
score camera is on the thing. Put on score cam. It's there.
The score cam is on the score cam. Whoa! No, not shoot the diver! Oh, shite.
Oh,
Wow.
that was my fail. I was like, I don't have that shot.
Yeah, the score cam is on the score cam, so that was fun.
Okay, I'm putting it in there. No, do it again. Recreate that entire moment.
Yeah, we have some problem with
I was
it.
like, Pan, where's my camera operator? Pan, I need a PTZ. I can just switch cameras. Hey. At least they look cool. Yeah, they did look awesome wearing their Stern 3D glasses. I will agree with it. Alright, I think we got enough people in here.
Look at the
We
night
did all
swim.
too, I know.
This is bounty. I want to go for the big one. Oh my, that's a big bounty.
Big, yeah.
Alright, did everyone fill in their responses? I'm gonna go ahead and drop in names. We're gonna save the banner for the 3rd giveaway.
Did you put in my name there, Imoto?
No, but I got you. I have a banner for you and for Lynn's.
No, just send it. Send 2 to the arcade. I don't have any room for them.
Oh yeah, you just say, well, they'll have one. Well, yeah. The camera is by the drill bit. Oh man, Roller Pinball, welcome to the stream. We missed you, yeah. Kyle's drill bit, never to be found. Oh, I forgot, I'm looking at all these names, I forgot to add that Elizabeth was last year's Pinball Profile's most intriguing people on the top 10.
Oh,
So
really?
if you guys haven't heard that podcast, it's awesome. Jeff Teolis goes through the 10 most intriguing people of 2023. He's been doing this once a year for like 5 or 6 years. And it's pretty awesome because he does like quick little profiles of like people's accomplishments.
Yeah, I wanted to ask her about what the cards were about in the profile picture she put on, right?
Oh yeah, she's probably a magician, right?
Yeah. So that makes her a little bit mysterious, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like, don't play poker against me.
Nice shot. Wow.
Backhand from hell, shark. Now everything is lit at the end.
Thanks
So we-
everyone for hanging out with us too. For this.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Really cool.
This PinTech thing is lit.
Alright. Oh my gosh, we got someone
Yeah, that whole kind of scratching
add the chat back.
your nails on the chalkboard is a good danger.
I really do love the shanty song that happens in that game too.
Yeah.
Where he just starts singing. Like, I haven't memorized the song yet, but I promise by the end of show season I will
We don't have it down.
freaking
Yeah.
shanty bastard. Just you wait.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
we're
what do you
gonna
mean? You mean when he plays the guitar and sings?
when he's
a-
like singing, yeah, it's like the
Yeah, it's like a-
solemn song.
yeah, it's like a
he's like,
drunken lullaby kind of thing.
Yeah, drunken lullaby. Okay, all right. So this is for a Marco shirt of your choice. Let's see who the winner is. You can wear your shirt to the next show. You can see it that. And the winner is Matt Schmitz.
Congrats.
All right, Matt.
Congrats,
Matt.
Schmitz.
If you are in the chat, let us know so we can get your info and shoot us an email to marcotv@marcopinball.com and we'll send you instructions on how to get your shirt. Congrats, Matt.
No, I was supposed to lock it there.
Yay, Matt's here. Woo. Yeah, so Matt, shoot me an email, and then I'll send you a link to pick out your shirt and your size, and I'll get your shipping address and get that out to you.
If it's supposed to be staged one way or another.
So,
All right, we're gonna do rigged. Is it rigged? No, it can't be. I mean, robots may have a preference, but I don't.
You damn robots.
Yeah, shell shock. You're right. Email us at marcotv@marcopinball.com. Fun fact, the song in Scars that they're singing a song by Ray Anderson called Show Me the Way to Go Home from the 50s, I believe. Ooh, okay. I'll look that up.
There's some
sing it on a Twippy stage.
yeah, is someone dropping trivia in the chat?
Yeah, for that song, we were just talking about that channel.
Oh, okay.
Can you put the score cam back up, please? Yeah, it does. I'm sorry.
It is.
Hold on. No. It's me. It's me, not you. I got you. Maybe I
I
should
keep
do
hitting those dangerous shots. I don't
this way. Swap that. Okay. If you want to watch. All right, we're going for the second winner. Will win a epic Marco Pinball cap and our tried and true Marco tool belt, which comes in handy.
It actually doubles as a garden tool belt.
I think that's perfect. I have a lot of tournament
big shout out
players.
from my wife there.
Yay! I'm glad. Yeah, I will probably do that with mine in the springtime too. But like even tournament players take it and they put their water bottles in it. Fits perfect. You know, like water bottles and a couple of Slim Jims in the front. Like you're set, dude.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
really
weird.
handy.
Balls of Steel Pinball came in with some trivia. Said, fun fact about Jaws, the iconic movie poster is actually a mako shark.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I didn't know that, and I think we're gonna all learn a whole lot more about shark species through this game.
Yeah, everyone becomes an expert.
We're gonna become shark experts, y'all. All right, so we're gonna spin for the Marco tool belt and hat. Almost missed it. Sorry. Oh, these one name. All right, Paul. Congratulations, Paul. Paul, you're the winner.
Paul is the winner. Oh, we got a. Oh, that's jam
Paul.
good.
Hold on, let me look at my spreadsheet and I can find which Paul we're looking at. Okay, because there are multiple Pauls, but this was the Paul in between.
The Paul in between.
In between Craig and Evan. And the Paul in between Craig and Evan. From Draper, Utah. Paul from Draper, Utah. If you are in the chat, let us know. And we'll get you info on how to get your tool belt. So I'm going to put your name in right now, and then we'll spin for the third one. And then if Paul doesn't say anything yet, we'll circle back.
Oh, there's a post
Joe,
there.
you didn't win. I'm sorry. Paul from Utah. Oh yeah. For those just joining in, this is the grand prize. It's an epic 24 by 63 promo banner of Jaws. It has the iconic Jaws art, masterfully done by Michael Bernard. And it could go in your arcade, it could go in your kitchen, go anywhere you like to put it because it will be yours. And we are so excited to get it to y'all. So just everyone, we'll give you 2 minutes to fill in this link right here that I just dropped in. Give me your name and your email address, and we'll put you in the wheel of names. Shark wheel.
The shark
No,
wheel.
No, shark crossing.
You have to throw your shark teeth in the chum bucket to get the name in. You have to be a little bit more creative here, Imoto, and come up with dumb things.
Oh, I know. It should have been a chum bucket and like bleeding. Oddly enough, I don't. It's just coincidence, but I was Mike Rose, Dirty Jobs or something like that was on, and he was making chum, and it's just like this big meat grinder off the side of the boat, and they stuff in all sorts of fish and everything at the same time, and they just freaking grind it, and then it just like comes out of this like tube thing where it's like bleh. And he kept throwing up, and the fisherman was like laughing so hard, but the smell and being on the water, man, delicious
chum. We love chum.
Anyone coming to Texas Pinball Festival, let's go get some chum together. All right, we're signed up. Fish head, tons of fish heads, fish bones, fish eyes, fish teeth, fish fingers. Fins. You're both sharks? I was on Shark Swim Team. Jaws was our mascot. Oh. Actually, at my arcade, I want to name our league that I haven't been able to attend yet, so I'm not going to name it. But I think we would be really cool if we were the Foley Flipper Sharks.
Oh.
So if anyone from Paradise is in this chat listening, when we go to vote for it, Foley Flipper Sharks. I just imagine like this really goofy shark being like, blah, and he's got his little flippers.
Yeah, you'll make awesome swag, that's for sure.
And it's still the my FFS that's dry.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it.
Yeah, you need to keep it safe for work, you know.
Yeah, well, so our monthlies, we did Foley Flipper strikes. So, and then now I want to be the Foley Flipper sharks. Salmon?
Anything to fill that S.
What should the S be? Too
Yeah.
bad chum doesn't start with an S.
Oh, that would have been difficult. Choices.
Alright, we're gonna do the last one, y'all. Last.
Let's
Giveaway.
go.
Go. We got in a few more people, so good luck to you all. I'm going to take out Paul and Matt's name.
We got a yellow shot. Oh, backhand there. Look at that backhand. No, I missed.
Yeah, I didn't watch the trailer when it came out. I just went straight to CES and I experienced the game first on the premium, and I literally screamed when that drop target came up out of the plaything, like completely not expecting that. And
Seriously?
because I'm so short too, like it's not very obvious that there's a track there that something's gonna come out of the playfield.
No, you
It's
don't
like,
register
what?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's so fun.
Yeah, I don't think we heard from Paul yet, so we will circle back. We'll do the banner real quick, and then we'll circle back to the tool bag and things. Paul from Paul. You know, that's actually pretty funny because our Paul Mandelport, is also in Utah, but that is not him. There's lots of Pauls in Utah.
State name. Oh, there's crowded in the reel.
Oh yeah, look how all those little sharkies. Alright, this is for the Jaws promo banner. It's gonna look beautiful. It's nice and blue. It's got the chick swimming at the top. Alright, Tyler McVetti. Congratulations, Tyler McVetti. Are you in the chat? From Beverly Hills, Michigan. I know, part of it is like, we want you to be here to accept your prize.
Well, you would think he would be here since you put your name in the hat. Or put your name in
Tyler
his chum
McVetti.
bucket.
You put your name in the chum bucket. I know, why did I not do a spinning chum bucket? Missed opportunity. Auto exec shot. Is it? Awesome. Well, so Tyler, is that you in Twitch? Awesome. Shoot me an email. Paul, if you're here too. Matt, shoot me an email to marcotv@marcopinball.com with the email address you registered to, because then I can be like, yes, that is you. And I know that's why Colin's always like, I'll be this other person. I'll be Paul. I'll be Tyler. Who do you want me to be? So just send me an email, marcotv@marcopinball.com, and we'll get all your information and send you your swag. Yeah, CNK is always Tyler too. I know. It's good to see y'all again. It's been a while since we've done a deep dive in this format, so it was really cool. And Drive, for real, thank you for conducting the interview. It was super engaging and thoughtful the whole time.
Well, thank you, Imoto.
Yeah, it was cool. Couldn't do it without y'all. And thank you, Lynn, for hosting.
Thank you, Imoto.
Carrie
And
and Nikki.
everybody needs to come back for the premium, because that will be even more epic.
Absolutely. And if you're in California, I mean, like, Lynn's is right there in Seaside. You could literally go play Jaws right now. And playing freaking MF Strikes. That's tonight. That
That's
starts
tonight.
in 2 hours. You got
2 hours ish. Yeah.
You got 2 hours to get there. Wherever you are in most of California, you can make it. In LA, you'd be doing like the cannonball run to get up there. But
Yeah, and if you're not from around here, I just want to kind of hit that plug that like any road trip in California that goes between south and north, Seaside is the perfect stop to go play pinball and enjoy the scenery. So
absolutely, so beautiful.
yeah, so if you're driving, if you're not driving, obviously if you're driving the 5, it's going to be complicated. But if you do the coastal drive, do the 1 and the 101, it's just like it's right there. It's just like stop by. There's plenty of restaurants around here, plenty of cheap hotels, and it's such a good stop on a road trip.
Absolutely.
If you're into pinball.
Do it. Even if you're not into pinball, there's such amazing people you can go hang out with. Maybe you're into beer. Colin Baxter, we've been telling you for almost a year now, you would love this place. You need to make it to the West Coast. I know you want your beer, and I'm sorry I did not ask your beer questions at the end.
Yeah, but please be advised though, they don't sell PBR here. That's the biggest disappointment.
No, they don't. They banned PBR, but they have everything else. Like 140 different beer choices.
Yeah.
And Michael still just wants PBR.
Yeah.
Tyler, I got your email. Your banner is coming to you. Congratulations. That is awesome. I don't think we heard from Paul, so we're going to spin again for the Marco hat and tool belt because I want one of y'all to take it home with you, hanging out with us. Malort? Oh yeah, ooh, that's a thing. Have you ever had Malort? No, that's a Chicago
No, I don't think I've had. Yeah, we have it in Sweden, but I don't.
Oh really?
I haven't. No, yeah.
I've heard things.
Yeah, so I'm firing up my stream now, Imoto, so we can kind of do a switcheroo. 1 second here, and we will be able to continue the stream in a seamless fashion.
Glenn Habas. Wait, did I miss?
Congrats, Glenn.
Glenn Habas.
I know Glenn.
California player. Are you in the chat? I want to see Glenn's username pop up. Yes, Emily, you still have a chance. Maybe if Glenn doesn't show up. And since Dry's getting his stream ready. Wow, he did that so fast. This guy. Oh, Law Talking Guy 69. That's obviously got to be Glenn. Oh, it hurts to laugh. Thanks, Glenn. Congratulations, you won a Marco hat and tool belt. So shoot me an email to marcotv@marcopinball.com with a good shipping address for you, and I will get that out. My team will get that out to you as soon as possible. Gleb. That was weird. It's the end of the day. But
yeah, it's getting late.
Getting late. I know, but y'all are just starting. Are you staying for strikes?
I probably am, yeah. I need to get something to eat in between here. So we need to do the switcheroos here. So I will strikes will probably start when I'm all ready to slay and just win this thing.
Dude, you have to win strikes tonight. That would be the epic.
Yeah, that would be a nice finish because
it'll be you and Matthew battling it out on Jaws for the final game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to convince Matthew to just have the stream on Jaws for the night. It's not going very well, so.
Come on. Why not?
Because strikes is a game picking kind of format, like so.
Oh yeah. Instead of forcing it on people. Well, you know what? Let's just assume that everyone will pick Jaws.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can just randomly assign a group to the game as well. That works. Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure something out.
For sure. Well, y'all stick around. If you're on Twitch, hang out. All like 80 plus of you. That's amazing. that y'all are still here. We're gonna go into a holding room in Dry's stream, see a little bit of doodads going on over there, and then we're gonna take you even further into the Lynn's Arcade Twitch stream. You know, this is how we're doing it, and thank God they have amazing internet over there at Lynn's, because this is actually working
dual
pretty
streaming
flawlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
amazing.
rad. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Amazing.
Can I do the video? I don't know if I can. Let me do my hold that.
Super fun
And then
to hang out.
For those on Facebook and YouTube, like, thanks for hanging out. It's been really awesome. We should be doing our Jaws premium stream maybe sometime the end of February. We'll see. Probably definitely before Texas Pinball Festival. We will be presenting at that show with Stern and Fun Billiards Game Room Superstores. We're going to have several Jaws for you to purchase at that show game price. And if you are not in the southern of the United States or not planning on heading to TPF, then come out to Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee. We'll be up there with Kingpin, selling more Jaws units, not just Jaws, but of course like Avengers, Jurassic Park, Godzilla, several of the games, Stranger Things, are all coming to the show and available to buy. So it's gonna be a fun show, and yeah.
Let's get it on.
Like, are you ready? Oh, you got one viewer. I'm about to send you one.
250 plus.
Yeah, right. One day we'll have Carl D'Angelo numbers on our stream.
It's not going to happen. No, I'm not going to let anyone down.
No, all right. We're heading over to y'all.
Yeah.
And see you guys next week on PinTech Live. See what we're doing.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. What about the Jaws story?
Oh yeah.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water.
All right, folks. We're live here from Whistler Gate, and we just finished the PinTech live stream with Elwin and Elizabeth.
Get me right up alongside it!
You can check that out
Fire the
on
harpoon!
YouTube.
Stern Pinball
afterwards,
presents
after the stream is
Jaws.
finished.
You'll
We're
get
just now shutting it
cooked.
down if I understand this correctly.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, we all went over. We got there. Hi.
Hey, folks.
I'm on your stream. Okay, goodbye, everyone.